everybody, welcome back to Travel Reimagined. This is Chase and Jacqueline here. Today we are going to be doing a very special video about mounting your Starlink. So our problem right now is we use the flagpole system, which is a great system and it does work wonderfully. We've been using it for over a year and a half. However, it's one extra step on travel day. We have to get the flagpole out, we have got to put the mount on it, stick it on the wall with the suction cups. Chase has to run wires. It's just an additional step we'd really like to eliminate, especially because we are doing overnight stays at truck stops in places where we would really like to have internet, but don't want to have to set the whole thing up. So today, Chase will be walking you through step by step on how to mount it on the roof. This will include how to do the wiring and how to actually attach the Starlink onto the mount on the roof, cleaning it, and all the other pieces this will entail. We will also show you where we are rolling our wires into the wall so you guys can do this at home. So stay tuned and we hope you guys enjoy the video.
All right, so step one is to take the wire, our rat's nest here. We're gonna be running it from the basement up to the roof. Now, for people who have their router down below, you actually can probably make your life easier and run it down from the roof to the basement. Our router is already run, so we're only working with the back half. So we actually have to go up to the roof and pull the wire up, but it'll be the same process for anyone. Okay, so your first step in running the wire is to locate which pipe you're going to be pulling the cord up through or dropping it into. So on top of our G3950, we've got 3 pipes here. We've got 2 white ones and 1 black one. This is the one that connects directly to your basement. So we're gonna go ahead and remove the top of the cap here. So all you need for this is some pliers, screwdriver, and then for the actual running of the wire, some rope for our case, pulling it up through the pipe, and a little flashlight to help you locate the pipe. So on your pipe, they have a little bit of caulking in here. We're just gonna pull that out with the pliers. Take out this little caulk here, just a little coverage in there, and then underneath you're gonna see a little screw. So you're gonna take that out, and it should pop right out. So as you can see, all it is 4 little plug holes here and 1 screw. Pretty easy. Now the trick to this is, for us, is locating where the wire is going to be run in the basement, as you'll see here in a second. So what I am going to do, because we are pulling the wire up from the basement, is I'm going to use a flashlight. You could also do this, I guess, if you're running it down, to find it first where it's going to come out at. I'm actually going to put this down the tube here. Shout out to Chasing 70 Degrees. Gave me the idea when I saw them do this video. Put the flashlight on, put it down the tube. So the reason we're doing this is to go down to the basement right now and to find out where this pipe is actually coming out. That will allow you to go clean everything out, move whatever you have to move, and make sure you're ready for when you drop the string down, you actually know where it's going to come out. Now that we have located where this pipe exits in the basement, now we're going to drop our wire down. For us, because we have to pull our wire up instead of dropping the Starlink cable down, the reason that we have to pull ours up, if you've seen our other videos, is we installed our router inside the living room of our rig. So we actually already ran the other side of our Starlink cable down into the basement and then out the side. Our hack is, because we have to pull it up, I'm going to run this string down, tie it off to the wire down below, and pull it back up. If you have your router in the basement, it's easier just to drop your Starlink cable down here and go pull it out of the bottom. All right, so let's drop this down. So if you are able to drop your wire down, you could just simply do it at this point. And I have not measured, so I think we are close. Let me stop that here and use one of these handy little things. Okay, so now that our cord is run down, we're gonna go down in the basement, tie off to the Starlink cable so we can pull it back up. What are you doing?
I'm working, some of us have to make money.
You're in the middle of a video under the basement.
You know what? It's a you problem. Ordering my groceries too.
We're in the basement now. We have dropped that white cord down, or in the case, if you dropped your Starlink cord down, now we have to go get that cord. It's gonna be really hard to see, so I apologize on camera, but basically where we're looking right now is, you can see the water filter, the water hose, and then back by the air duct, all the way to the back right of the air ducts to the left of your water pump. White cord dropping down from that black pipe, or the Starlink cord. So that is the pipe that we need to use to get to the roof. So what I'm gonna do is tie my Starlink cord to that rope right there. I'll pull that out so we can see it and tie to it. I would recommend using a tool to do this. There we go. Got it. Next, we are going to tie the rope to the end of the wire we want to go up to the roof. First, I'm going to put this little protector on here, just to keep that safe when we inevitably yank this thing through the pipe up there. We'll just tie this on here. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna crawl back there and kind of angle this up into the pipe to make it help it get started a little bit. So now we're just gonna pull the cord up. I have a little tip, what we figured out on the way there. It is helpful if you do have two people, one person to get up top here, one person to be down below. As I was pushing that Starlink cord to the pipe, it was really helpful to have Jacqueline up here, like slightly pulling on this rope to help get it started. And that's only if you're going up, obviously. So the other thing is made sure that my Starlink cord down in the basement is in a good position where I can pull a good amount up without it tangling. All right, that should be good. We'll set this off to the side. All right, so we'll get started on mounting the bracket for the Starlink itself. Okay, so next you want to select your location and where you want to mount it. For us, I think it's going to be a good spot to put it right over here in between the AC unit and our vent fan. It'll allow enough room for nothing to block it. You just want to be careful not to mount it too close to the AC unit. But the one thing you want to think about is the location. So we're probably going to put it, let's say right there. You want to make sure, obviously, when you flip this over, that the wire is running this way towards the direction where the pipe's at. So it'll probably look like something right about there. We're gonna clean the area first with this fantastic, some just generic grease cleaner, and then we'll use some rubbing alcohol. We have a Gen 3 Starlink, and from watching a lot of videos and talking to people, it sounds like the Trio flat mount has worked the best for people. So we're gonna go ahead and use that in this circumstance with the adhesive pad options. In combination with the adhesive pads, a couple people out there recommended we also use this adhesive, just the standard self-leveling adhesive. We'll link that below too if anyone has any questions, but nothing crazy there, but that'll give it a little extra stability when we're going down the road.
The mount actually comes with this 3M tape adhesives, so each one of the pads you can rip off the little back, and it does have the adhesive. We are absolutely using these, however, for safety concerns, because we are driving down the road and obviously the Starlink is very expensive, we don't want to lose it. We are going to go ahead and also use that self-leveling adhesive around it as well. Remove the stickers and then go ahead and get that self-leveling out. You want to put a little bit around each of these pads, and then we're going to add some around the corners once we have set it down. Once you've got that adhesive right onto your little pads, you can go ahead and just flip your Starlink over and put it in the place you have cleaned with rubbing alcohol. It's really important you do this in order for it to stick. Make sure that you put the cord side on the correct side, again, closest to that little cord hole, and stick it on, and then press down firmly and let it dry for a few seconds before you remove it. The weight of the Starlink should pretty much just hold it down itself, but you could even set something on top of it if you want to keep it pressured down and holding. Just to be extra cautious, we're actually going to take some of that self-leveling adhesive and put it around the leg, so it's going to kind of encompass it. It's going to make it harder to remove, but it's obviously going to make it a lot easier to keep it stuck down and more secure.
I think it's easier for you to put the mount on without the Starlink, especially after the fact when you want to install the wire and the cord, so that you're not using the tool, to like rip the Starlink off when it's not set yet. But we can easily do that. So in order for us to have internet tonight, I'm gonna see if I can weasel the cord in there.
Now that everything is dry and cemented down, you want to make sure that you've done this so you don't accidentally rip it off or leave bubbles underneath it. You can go ahead and plug your Starlink in. Obviously, if we were smart, we would have done this first, because I think it would be a little bit easier to set the entire machine down without having to have Chase dig underneath it. But obviously, do whatever works for you. Plugging it in after is still no big deal. You can even remove the Starlink from the mount and leave the mount attached to the ground.
All right, so now that everything's mounted, we're gonna let that dry, and we're gonna do some cord management. So we're gonna make sure that there's no extra slack here on the roof. I'm gonna be extra careful with that there while that dries. And I'm probably just gonna have it run kind of right through here, and we'll probably zip tie to this one. I'll have to figure something out right here. Pull the extra slack down this pipe, so let me show you. Okay, so we don't have this cord flopping around. What I'm gonna do is try to zip tie it to this screw point. But in order to do that, I'm gonna take the top off just like the black one. We gotta take this putty off first. Take this screw out. Now, I believe this is to the vent to one of your tanks. Someone correct me if I'm wrong, but don't be shocked if there's a little smell. Thinking something like this. I want to create something I can tie to. I'll line up those plugs again. There we go. There's a loop on there right now. I'm going to tie this loop through it to the cable. So I'm gonna go through the loop. There we go. Okay, so we've got our tie point right here. Let's just zip that one in. I'm not gonna do it too tight right now because I want to figure out what to do with the rest of this cable.
Uh-oh. Put the cord through that hole or something?
No, so it's gonna go off the side a little bit. No, it's got extra, it's a vent.
Oh.
It might be a little crooked on this one, you know, because the cord's a little big, but that's gonna be the fun surprise at the end. You just spoiled it. Just kidding. There we go.
Around the whole thing if you wanted to.
Actually, what I was gonna do is this. Just fit on there a lot better than I thought. Just gonna go around the screw. I also should have brought bigger zip ties up here. Lesson learned. I thought these ones would be more aesthetically pleasing on the roof, and then I realized, why does it matter? There we go. Yeah, I mean, that wire's not moving anywhere. So now that our cord is permanently run to the roof, you are going to want a backup cord in case you're parked under a tree or you have bad service where it's mounted. So we're just going to keep an extra one stored below so that at any point in time we can run up on the roof, pop the Starlink off, and still run the cord like normal to our Starlink if we want to put it out in the grass or back on the pole somewhere. All right, now that our wires are attached and our mount is on the roof, we're all set to just let it dry overnight, and tomorrow we should be ready to go.
All right, guys, we hope you guys enjoyed this video and learned how to mount your Starlink on your roof. You guys should be able to do this yourself. It's a couple of pretty simple steps, but drop us a comment below if you have any questions about the process. Again, thank you guys so much for watching, and don't forget to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to Travel Reimagined for more RV life and content. Thanks, guys. See you next time. Thanks for watching. Until next time.
Let's hit the road, Jack.